guys, welcome back to Actually Sapphic, the podcast.
Yep, we're your hosts. My name is Alyssa, and this is my good friend Shari, and I am currently eating an energy bar.
That she's obsessed with.
I do. I order them on Amazon.
She's a weirdo, guys.
So, yeah, tell us why we're here.
Alright, guys, so welcome back to Arcane Pt.2. That's French, because...
Is it part 2 or just season 2? Because we're doing season 2.
Oh, I guess, okay, part 2, season 2, season 2. There.
Oh, jeez.
I know, the French came out.
Dos.
No, what? It was French because this is made by a French animation.
Oh, that's right.
God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we didn't mention it, or maybe we did in the last episode, but,
We did.
We did pick this because, like, while this is an American show, it was animated by a French company, so we thought it kind of, like, killed two birds with one stone in a way.
Yeah, and I want to say we had so many notes for this season that we did cut the listening portion a little bit down in order to get through all of our notes.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's where we're at today.
Anyways, so I don't know where we're going to start, actually.
Well, let's start with...
She's really snacking on this energy bar,
am.
guys. She's like...
I'm
really...
almost done.
She's really distracted.
I can't... Okay. Anyways, here we go. We're going to watch Arcane.
Yeah. Final episode of Season 2, Episode 9. You hate her! Alyssa skips to the intro every time!
I read an article about how much time you save off your life.
I don't give a fuck!
Oh my god. I thought they were going to actually kill her for a hot second.
Yeah, I know, right? I've never been so satisfied watching a character die, though.
I know.
Bro, what a pose.
She always has, like, the most colorful, like, entrances and everything about her.
Just look at... Yeah, no.
Everything about her is color.
I like this sense that, like, this part of the Undercity came to help, but in their own way. Anyways, Mel is supposedly... We're gonna talk about this, because it's also part of the issues with Season 2. But Mel has magic, like, imbued in her. And she's, like, kind of a part of the Black Rose, which I can't really explain that, because, like, I think people that, like, play the game know more about the Black Rose, and apparently that was, like, a huge thing when they came out, like, whatever. Bottom line,
I'm stressed.
that's why Mbessa, like, banished Mel when she was a kid. Probably don't remember. In Season 1, they had...
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's why. It was because she knew that Mel had magic, and this organization called the Black Rose was trying to get her. I just want to point out that Caitlyn is fully stabbed right now. The end. No,
That's the end of the show right there.
Also, I don't know if you're going to notice this. You're not going to notice this, so I'm just going to tell you. When you look at Echo, he's wearing Jinx's, like, crop top. When you see him.
The amount of times it seems like these two have died in this episode, I can't even begin to describe.
This feels like an unfair game of, like, tag. Because, like, even for the people that didn't get touched by those creepy little Victor minions, they're still getting, like, taken. I'm just like, yo, what if I avoided him?
Did he just, like, blow up the time continuum in order to, like, fucking kill Victor?
So we're gonna start off with this intro, Alyssa.
Yeah, back to the intro.
Alyssa would not let me watch this intro.
I let you watch it one time.
Yeah, the first episode, she let me watch the intro because she hadn't seen it yet, and because I made her, and because I wanted to explain to her that all of them are based off of, I don't think it's Greek tragedies, it's actually, like, tragedies in general, because I forgot all the tragedies. I thought it was Greek, and then I, like, fact-checked myself.
Oh.
Yeah.
You fact-checked yourself, I see.
Yeah.
So it's just based off of tragedies in general? Like
what? I think, like, one of them, it might be I don't think all of them are Shakespearean either. But there's like the Odyssey, I think, in there.
Oh.
I think there might be Hamlet. Anyways, bottom line, they're all based off of tragedy.
I know, you were just, like, saying they're not like Shakespeare, and then you named
Shut
Shakespeare, so I was like...
Okay, anyways, bottom line, all of them, maybe the Crucible, too? Like, all the little shots in the intro are based off of different kind of, like... Yeah,
it's really cool.
Yeah, right?
It's very clever, the things they did.
And then Alyssa just didn't let me watch the intro for the rest of the time, which is a little depressing. But you know what? I want to know. I want to know how many of you guys like to watch the intro, because Alyssa's a hater.
My second note is that, and this is one that I wrote, so I won't hold this against you, but I wrote, Caitlin falls into Vi after her mom's funeral. And that's all I wrote. I have no idea what references this is to or anything.
I think it's probably, like, there's, like, the whole funeral scene, and, like, you only see Vi, like, I think in the crowd, and then, like, Vi comes to, like, talk to her or, like, console her or something like that, and, like, Caitlin's in the room with her dad, and her dad, like, kind of goes off on Vi, and Vi leaves, and then, like, Caitlin kind of goes after her, and they don't really say anything. I think Vi makes a joke or something like that, and then, like, Caitlin just kind of, like, falls into her, like, starts sobbing. I'm just trying to, like...
Yeah, okay.
What did you think of season 2? Because, you know, at the end of this, I'm going to ask you, what did you think of the whole story? But don't say that. What did you think of season 2? Because I have my thoughts, but go ahead.
Season 2, story-wise, for the sapphicness, I liked it more. Story-wise, for Vi and Jinx, I liked it more. And then overall, I didn't like it, to be honest.
Yeah, to make Alyssa, like, actually pay attention to certain things.
I just don't know that this is, like, necessarily, like, my kind of show.
I mean, that's valid. Yeah. I, as a person who is a huge fan of Arcane, I mean, you can't see me, but I'm wearing a Jinx necklace that Kiara's boyfriend actually got me.
Aw, shout out Kiara.
Yeah, it's not Kiara. It was her boyfriend that got it.
I'm still shouting out my best friend.
No, what? You guys aren't best friends. No, as a person who loves Arcane so much, I will say, and I think a lot of fans agree with this, is that, like, season 2... was definitely worse than season 1, and I can...
No, it was just the whole, like, to me it was like the whole Victor and the Hex Court thing, like, I just didn't care.
Yeah.
And that's, like, the main story, or, like, the main plot line throughout it, right? Pretty much. Yeah, I just didn't care.
Also, I mean, but shout out to my friends who I watched it with. I think watching the show with them helped a lot, because, like, I think watching season 2, like, with other people just definitely, like, brought more energy to it and everything like that. So I will say, like, the experience on how you watch it, like, definitely makes that difference. And it was funny because when season 2 dropped, I was like, I don't want to watch this with anyone. I want to watch this in my room by myself, because I was, like, so excited, okay? But I will say, like, I think the original plan for this show was for them to have more than 2 seasons, but this show was so expensive. Like, I think it's, like, $250 million over 2 seasons, which is that is an insane amount of money for animation. Animated, like, television series and stuff like that definitely do not get this much money. Anyways, they were supposed to have more seasons, and it felt like because they didn't have all the seasons that they wanted, they just jam-packed everything into season 2, and it was just too much. Okay, whatever. But the art
was
went
great.
Insane. The animation went insane this season. And
the design was actually really, really epic, per usual.
Yeah.
And I will say that. But,
yeah, I think that upgraded this.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Enforcers killed Jinx and Vi's parents for less, but now that Jinx killed Caitlin's mom, it's a problem. You wanna talk about that?
Okay, here's the thing. Not that I condone murder.
That's kind of what it sounds like with this note, but...
I'm not condoning murder. Also, we're talking about an animated show.
She's talking about murder.
Yeah, you know.
I feel like
so
that's on
step
them.
1. No, I just want to point out that, like, enforcers and stuff have been killing, like, the Zonites and, like, the Undercity, like, for years, okay? And it's like, I just feel like this is a bigger commentary on our, like, social structure in general. But I also know that Jinx, you know, she was having a little psychopathic episode. But I'm just saying, now it becomes this huge problem because Jinx kills all, like, these big leaders in Piltover. And, like, now they want to start this huge war and everything like that. And I'm just like, what have you guys been doing for all these years to them? How many people have you guys killed? Like, from them, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just
that literally is like the plight of every underdog society.
Yeah.
Like literally every underdog society.
Exactly. Like, you can never get out of the doghouse, for lack of a better
metaphor. You're always in the wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like, they just need that one excuse, and Jinx gave them that excuse by doing this. And my point being also on the, like, a more individualistic character point of view is that, like, Caitlyn gets, like, which, fair, like, I mean, she loses her mom, you know, I get it, but, like, she becomes, like, feral, like, no mercy, like, all this stuff, and it's just, like, I feel like, to a certain extent, Caitlyn was this, like, logical, like, and good with reasoning character, like, in season 1, at least, and it's just, like, you just kind of see that thrown out the window, which is really fun to see on one hand, but on the other hand, I'm just, like, so, I'm just, like, putting this out here, but, like, your, like, you know, group killed the love of your lives and her sister's parents, and you lost one parent. I'm not comparing. I'm just saying that, like, it's just interesting.
The hypocrisy?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is hard. Yeah.
I don't know if you had any thoughts on that, or...
No, I agree with you. I think it sucks.
Yeah.
That they're being murdered left and right, and then they, like, stand up for themselves, and now they're bad people. Like, yeah.
And, I mean...
Yes, another big topic is... The music in season 1 was really, really good too, and they maintained that theme throughout. There was that, well, we'll talk about it when we get there, but there's a certain scene later, and the song choice for it I thought was really banging. Any thoughts on the music?
Oh my god, no, the music is like, I listened to the soundtrack on repeat for like at least like a month or two after it came out.
That doesn't surprise me.
I have several favorite songs in this, but like, I don't know, if you really listen to the lyrics of the songs, I think it was the same thing as last season, but I don't know, there's something about this season that was even more, like, it just hits you so much harder. Like, the scenes that they come up in, like, hit you so much harder. Like, Wasteland, which plays twice, and I forgot the first time it comes up, but like the second time that you hear it is basically when Jinx dies. Spoiler. I was like, wait, spoiler alert.
Like, we're so bad at spoiler alerts.
Yeah,
we say them after the fact. But they have to know if they're like watching this. It's gonna be
or listen.
Yeah. Listen, that's what I meant. Dude, that actually really did for the shit on the show, them killing off Jinx is like, that's the end of the show for me, to be honest.
You feel like, and it's done.
Yeah, without her, there's no point in the show.
You're like, I'm not watching anything else.
No, because the show was supposed to be about her and her sister's relationship, and like...
But yeah, the song for that, Wasteland, one of the lyrics in it is like, please let me go. Oh, actually, I think the first time Wasteland plays is when Jinx is trying to kill herself. And then the second time is when she dies. If you listen to that song fully, and I don't think that they obviously don't put the full song in the show, but the end of that song actually, like when you listen to it on wherever you listen to music, instead of saying, please let me go, it says, don't let me go. And I, like, listening to that by myself in my car, I was like, oh my god! And it's like, just what the song talks about too is just like, the world is a wasteland. There's basically if there's nothing for me to fight for, there's nothing here for me, then like, why am I here? You know? The other song I want to talk about is the French song, Ma Meilleure Ennemi. I can't say that part in French for some reason. I learned how to sing that song all in French because I was so obsessed with that song. And I guess this will bring us to Jinx or Powder and Echo for a second.
Sure, it can.
Yeah, so like that song, which is a song that played when they're dancing and stuff, it's like my best, I mean, like literally translated, it's like my best enemy. And like the lyrics of that is basically like, you're the worst thing that could happen to me, and you're also the best thing. And it's like the lyrics of that song with them dancing with each other and with this like alternate universe of like what Echo and Powder could have been, or like, yeah, I don't know. The music in this show is crazy.
They did a really good job with the music. Whoever did the music supervision for Arcane, you did a great job.
Amazing job.
Yeah. I wrote a note, another one for me, another one that's very vague. Ain't no way Vi decides to be an enforcer that quick.
Oh!
That's my note. But I do think I actually remember this one legitimately, but I just like laugh at my note versus your notes.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just don't think after the fact that enforcers have killed her parents, enforcers have killed her pseudo-parents, enforcers have killed family, enforcers have locked her up, enforcers have done yada yada yada. I just don't think she's going to turn around and become an enforcer, and not in a span of time that they were like, be an enforcer, and she was like, Okay.
No, I feel like she was literally like, no. Like, first she was like, no to Caitlyn. Next day, or a few hours later, she's like, you know what? You're right.
Yes, it was like, exactly. I'm like, no. Just, first off, the answer is no. And then second off, the answer is no. And then the third answer is not within hours.
I don't care how much of a simp you are for that girl. No.
The answer is no. Like, there's so much bad blood. And then B, like, I just don't think that they would hire her.
Right?
Yeah. Anyways, that's just my thoughts
like,
on
maybe
that.
they would, though.
Yeah, because she's kind of a badass.
Yeah, she's kind of a badass.
And they do need some help. But, like, they were who she was fighting hours before.
Yeah.
So that's where it's just kind of, like, as soon as she made that change, she became, like, the other side. But she was very clearly on that. Anyways.
And she never has or does agree with, like, Piltover.
Never.
And I'm just like, why? I was like, no. You can be a lover girl, but not like this.
Yeah. All right, cool. So that note was great. I don't know if you wrote this or I wrote this. It's kind of a mix between our handwritings, but it says Jinx's voice and inflections.
Oh, it could have been honestly either one of those.
I know.
Yeah. I just touching upon it. I mean, the first season, you like, for sure it's there, but like in this season I feel like we get a different Jinx.
Oh yes, we get a much softer side. And in season 1 I thought she was this like emotionally debilitated person, and in season 2 I don't get that at all from her. I get like this like survivor and all this stuff.
Isha's healed her.
Yeah. Isha! Yeah, and I really, really love Jinx this season, and especially her relationship with Vi, and their like rekindling. It was so cute.
Yeah, but shout out to the voice actress.
Yeah,
who,
of course.
No, she does an amazing job with Jinx because there's just so much depth and emotion to the character.
Ella Purnell.
Oh yeah, Ella Purnell. Ah,
she does great.
Fucking awesome.
No, that's something. Yeah, you can feel her emotions when she's talking. And that's got to be hard in animation where you're not, like, looking at actual facial features. You really just got to infer a lot of. Her voice does a lot to help.
And also, like, Powder, like, the scene with, like, this alternate universe or whatever. If you, like, I mean, in my opinion, like, Powder's voice in that, it's, like, a normal Jinx. Like, it's kind of still Jinx from season 1, but it's, like, toned down a little bit more normal. Without without that type of trauma. There's a different trauma in this alternate universe, but not that trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if they played with the mastering of the voices to add, like, different layers for the versions, like Powder and Vi, or Jinx, Powder, and, like, all that kind of stuff.
I do wonder, too.
Yeah. Anyways, interesting questions. This one I wrote, but I do think that you'll have a lot to say on it. I put the fallen child, a mom. And by that, we all mean the child that Jinx magically finds and that turns Jinx into a mom.
Fallen child? A mom!
I know, the fallen child. A mom, question mark. I think that's where you really start to see the emotional growth and the really softer side of Jinx. She has to be like this caretaker role for the first time. And you kind of see that change her.
Yeah, I also think that, like, it's also really interesting to make this character who's, like, mute, because, like, Isha doesn't talk, and, like, I think it's confirmed to be mute. I just think it's really interesting because I feel like it gives so much more room to play with the emotions here and to see Jinx's emotions, as well as Isha's, and just, like, their bond and their quick bond. And I think it's, like, this sibling and sisterhood that Jinx has been missing, because it's just, like, the first half of the season, like, Jinx and Vi are going ham at each other. You know, like, they are, like, quote-unquote out for blood, but, like, I remember when I was, like, watching this, I was, like, telling everyone, like, I was talking to Kiara, I was talking to my friends, I was, like, I don't think that they can kill each other. I don't think Jinx could kill Vi, and I don't think that Vi could kill Jinx. If it came down to it, it won't happen, they can't do it, and guess what? They can't. But I'm just saying that, like, I think that this bond that Jinx just automatically has with Isha is kind of this, like, this sisterhood that she's really missing, and also, like, her coming from being the younger sibling to being kind of this older sibling, like, mom character, also just had so many, like, similarities to her mom, because, like, Jinx looks a lot like their mom, and I feel like has a lot of the same energy that, like, their mom had from, like, what you see when, like, she's younger, and then, like, all that. So, I don't know. I just thought it was, like, really cute.
Okay, episode 3. The kiss.
Now we're getting into the sapphic stuff. Sorry, guys.
Now, let's get sapphic.
Yeah.
The good stuff.
Yeah.
Kiss.
The only stuff you were here for.
I was here for the sex scene at the end, too.
I mean, yeah, the sapphic stuff.
That's what I'm here for. The sapphicness really stepped up this season. A, with the kiss, and then B, with the reuniting. I will say, though, it didn't have enough sapphic in it, because as soon as, like, all of this stuff happens, Caitlyn throws Vi away, essentially. Yeah. It's like, we're done, bitch. I don't like you anymore. And that's really upsetting, but, you know, whatever, fuck Caitlyn. She doesn't deserve Vi, and then Vi had to go through her own journey with Jinx, and, you know, that whole thing, so it's fine. But I wanted more sapphic.
I mean, don't we always want more sapphic? I feel like we're always just, like, clinging to, like, whatever they do give.
I think that my issue is that Arcane is advertised. I wouldn't say advertised, but it's, like, kind of geared more towards, like, the sapphic community. Mm-hmm. And it's very little in sapphic-ness. Like, for God's sakes, Lioness, which is a military, like, shoot-'em-up gun drama on Paramount Plus, has more make-out sessions between girls in it than this sapphic animated show.
The sex scene was
great. The sex scene was great, though.
Yeah, the sex scene, it was kind of worth
it. I mean, if I could, next time I would just go on YouTube and find those 2 scenes, to be honest.
Yeah, I have watched those scenes a lot. The kiss scene, though, it like, makes me happy, but pisses me off so much, because, like, I don't know, like you said, we got a soft version of Jinx. This is the season we got a soft version of Vi, too, where she's being more, like, vulnerable. And she literally looks at Caitlyn, and she was just like, everyone is changing in my life. Like, I need you to promise me that you're not gonna change. And literally, like, whatever, 10 minutes later, freaking, like, gun butts her in the side and then leaves her. Like, bruh, I would be so traumatized. Like, I don't even know if there would be a sex scene later.
I know, that's, yeah.
And then Maddie.
And then, well, also, like, during this, at the beginning of the later scene, Caitlyn stops, like, the makeout and is like, I gotta be honest, I was with someone. Which, like, no one says that. Like, no one cops up to that right then. Let's be real. And then she's like, I don't care.
That's not what happened. No, Caitlyn. I just want to talk about the fact that Caitlyn replaces Vi with Maddie, that little bitch.
Spoiler, before we get into it, Maddie ends up betraying everyone, and she does get karmized for it. Like,
karmized?
Like, well, yeah, she does get karma for it.
No, that was the most satisfying.
In that she shoots herself in the head, sort of.
Ish, kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
No, okay, here's the thing. When I first watched this, like, with my friends, and Maddie first came onto screen, I thought Maddie was so much younger than them, first of all.
Yeah.
I thought, like, she was basically a kid. And then, like,
I think she was.
I think she's supposed to, I think I looked it up. I think that she's, like, maybe a little bit younger, but, like, not, but, I don't know. Someone let us know. Bottom line, I thought she was this kid. Like, I did not get those vibes whatsoever. And then, like, the first scene, basically, in Act 2 is, like, you get the sense that they've been fucking. And I'm just like, what the fuck happened here? I was like, I'm just like, Caitlyn, you can, fine. Like, I'm not supportive of this, but, like, throw Vi away. But to replace her with Maddie, are you fucking, anyways.
Yeah, I agree. It's sad for Vi, but in Caitlyn's defense, she just lost her mom and was going through, like, I don't know. I guess my empathy is saying that she's going through, like, some kind of identity crisis or some sort of something.
Yeah.
That I want to give her the benefit of the doubt, but I've never lost a parent, so I actually don't know what.
Fair.
So I actually can't say.
I will give Caitlyn that. I think she's going through a lot of emotion. She's making some pretty bad decisions.
Yeah,
like
we don't like her decisions, but what did we decide during Gap Part 2? It doesn't matter if we agree or disagree with our friends. We always support them.
Yeah, okay. Oh, Caitlyn's our friend now.
No. She's not, because she fucking she like, we like Caitlyn in that she's Vi's girlfriend, but
that's
like, if Vi breaks up with Caitlyn, we don't know Caitlyn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
who the fuck's Caitlyn?
Yeah, you were only with us when you were with Vi. She's like that kind of friend. But I still was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, I think.
Who's Caitlyn?
Yeah, who's Caitlyn? Okay.
Wait, but then turning it over to the opposite side. I love that. So Caitlyn gets with Maddie. She's living her best life. Fucking, they're fucking and stuff like that. Vi Vi turns into the most emo-ass bitch. Kind of badass, though. Kind of hot. Not even kind of. Super hot. And I think the one thing that I told you while we were watching that, I was like, yeah, this tracks. This is what happens. This is the other side of what happens when lesbians break up.
Oh, yes. Vi has gotten real attractive in the...
No, you're right. Alyssa wrote Fighter.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
Fighter V is fuego. Or Vi. Sorry. Fighter Vi is fuego.
I like this idea that when she's a fighter, her name's V.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It's Fighter V, but otherwise she's Vi.
Yeah.
No, can we talk about... Let's go back to the sex scene for just half a second. And it's not about the sex scene. But can we talk about V... I just went with V again. Can we talk about Vi's arms? Like...
Vi's muscles in
yeah,
general.
And then, like, also, the tattoo on her back where it, like, crosses her shoulder blades and goes down her spine. And Caitlin, like... This is so funny. She, like, grabs at her back and you can see her, like, kind of, like, her, like, a little bit, like, scratchy, but not. And I'm just like...
No, we're gonna talk about the sex scene in a second. I'm holding off for it. No, I just think it's so funny that Vi just turns into this, like, pit fighter. That's what it's called. The pit fighter. And, like, just turns super emo, like, dyes her hair black. Like,
super emo, that's right.
What did Caitlin call her later on? Oh, you look like an angry oil slick.
An angry oil
and I'm
slick.
like, wow, Caitlin, the insults are really, they're really top tier today.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and then we also put in by we, I mean you, Savika equals so much hotter this season.
She is! Yo,
no, I agree with you. I just love how you wrote that. Equals so much hotter this season.
Bro, Savika, I stand for Savika. Like, she was a traitor last season. And
we can look past that this season. It's a new season.
Yeah, and like the season, she's also kind of like mom energy too, because like kind of co-parenting with Jinx, also kind of parenting Jinx.
A little bit of she's more of the grandma figure because she still kind of parents Jinx, but she still parents the Isha, thank you, a little bit too. Yeah,
and I'm just like, but no, Savika. First of all, her muscles, the new haircut, girl is working. Like
there are two deaths in this show that really irk me.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Isha and Jinx. Yeah. At least they're together.
Stop!
No, that makes me a little bit happy.
Okay, anyways.
Okay, back to the cool stuff.
No, Isha, homie. Isha's a homie.
Isha's a homie. Next we want to talk about some of the different scenes, like the different ways they did it. One being the Jinx and Vi sibling fight scene. We had a lot of discussion about that. I think we weren't recording at the time, though, but we did sit there and kind of talk about it for a while.
Yeah, we did. This is our conversation. This is why we did the podcast. Yeah. We just talk about this in general.
Well, it was like, there was like a special coloring in it or something.
No, it was just that, like, all of their fight scenes, like, Jinx and Vi, like, I mean, there's, like, the really, like, there's the one big one where, like, Caitlyn ends up, like, leaving Vi at the end, where Caitlyn, like, shoots off Jinx's middle finger, which I think is so funny. Not funny that Jinx loses her middle finger, but, and, like, they are kind of going in that fight, like, they are kind of going ham, but there is, like, a point of it that is a little bit more sibling, and, like, also the fact that, like, when Vi kind of pins Jinx down, Jinx is like, I'm glad it's you, like, it has to be you, as in, like, Jinx is okay with dying if it's at the hand of her sister, and then Isha gets in the way and everything like that, and that's what kind of creates, like, the whole thing between Vi and Caitlyn, where, like, Vi's like, yo, like, Caitlyn, you're not gonna shoot this kid, like, there's a kid right here, But then later on, when they kind of reconnect and everything like that, and, like, they're going through that, like, weird, like, mine cave thing, they have, like, this little, like, back and forth with each other where, like, Vi is just, like, basically, like, I'm gonna beat your ass again, and Jinx is like, yeah, no. And it's like, there's this one line, or several lines, but there's this one line that I absolutely love where, I think Vi is like, I'm so glad that mom and dad didn't see, like, the psycho that their daughter turned out to be, and Jinx is like, which one? And I was like, fuck, that's just not wrong!
Yeah, she had some good quirky comebacks.
Yeah, but then like
quippy.
Yeah. And then like just the hair pulling and like it just like it wasn't it wasn't. This is what we said. It wasn't fighting to harm.
Yes, that's right. It was like a total just like sibling brawl.
Yeah, just like control, you know?
It was to show them who's boss, but there was never any harm that was like they weren't under any peril. Alright, and the other one was the split screen between Echo and Jinx.
Before I get to that, I just want to say the whole like Echo and Powder thing, like this whole like love story that kind of evolves and stuff, was so wholesome. And I just loved so much. I don't know how you feel about it.
It was cute.
I'm just gonna say, really love the Echo and Powder kind of like this alternate universe because it's just like, even in like actual timeline and everything like that, and their universe and everything like that, you can see all the way through that there is this relationship between them, even though that they're like enemies now and stuff like that. Like in season 1, when they're on the bridge in that fight scene, that's like one of my favorite animated scenes ever. There is this moment where like Echo has her pinned down and he's like about to like kind of like issue this final blow, and he just stops himself because like he just remembers that this is like his best friend that he grew up with, you know, this girl that like he used to love so much, you know. And like I don't know, I did appreciate that they gave us this alternate universe to see that kind of play out, and then I feel like it really added to the scene later on when Echo comes while Jinx is trying to kill herself and like stops her, you know. That being said, I just wanted to say, as far as the split screen, I didn't say it when we watched it, but I wanted to point out a lot of people have this theory that, like, I don't know if you remember, like, while they were working on this, like, time machine thing, I don't know what it's called, I forgot what it's called, but that time machine thing that Echo has, there's, like, split screens while they're working on it and everything like that, but, like, in the split screens, you basically, like, on one side, you only see Echo, on the other side, you only see Powder, and so people have this theory that the screen where you only see Powder, the reason why they split it was because that's Powder remaking that time machine after Echo had left. Because she had made it originally with him, now she's making another one. So, like, that split screen was, like, not happening at the same time. So there's a theory. And I think that that's so...
But she's dead.
Not that Powder. That's an alternate universe.
I'm lost.
I'm curious to know if anybody else has heard this theory and what they think. Because I'm like, low-key, this actually makes a lot of sense.
One thing that we should talk about is... that one character had to kill her own mom. And then the other topic was Jinx trying to kill herself.
Okay. The girl who had to kill her mom first. What did
you
want to say? Mel, yes, and then Bessa. What did you want to say about that?
That just sucks. Could you, when it was happening, I was thinking about it, and I understand that this is an animation, and I understand that I have a very great relationship with my mom, but I was just like, what would I do if I had to kill my mom? And then the answer is like, I'd kill the rest of the world.
Wow.
There's no way I'm killing my mom.
Wait, that's actually true, though. Like, I mean, I also...
Like, the world is gonna burn. Like, I could not kill my mom. I'm sorry. It's just not possible.
I agree with that. I also think that, like, definitely different...
Yeah, a different... that's so outside of my circumstance.
No, but I agree. I'm backing you. I have a good relationship with my mom, and I would... Yeah, no, I couldn't do that.
I couldn't. Yeah, no, I just find it... I think it would be really sad if you had to kill your mom.
Yeah, I also, though... I felt like that was also a very powerful scene, because Mbessa constantly told Mel that she's not a wolf, and that she's a fox, because, like, their family's kind of mascot, whatever, is the wolf. And I was like, I feel like Mel has always been, like, the perfect epitome of a wolf that there has been in that show and in that family. Because wolves are also, like, yeah, maybe no mercy, but, like, also, like, super loyal to the ones that they love, to their pack and stuff. And, like,
yeah, they're...
has Mbessa really been that loyal? I don't think so.
They're societal creatures.
Yeah.
I also thought it was interesting, something that you just said that kind of made me think of it, is her mom always wanted her to be, like, this tougher version of herself, and she finally did do that in the end to surpass her mom, and her mom is, like, basically tells her she's proud of her at the end.
Yeah.
In her own, in her version of those words, she's like, I'm proud of you for becoming the stronger version I needed you to be, although it was like, it killed me, but she's like still proud of it.
Yeah, and it was also like not the type of strong character that I think like we thought Mbessa meant, which like I think we thought that Mbessa wanted Mel to be like her, which also did seem like, but it's like Mel became a stronger version of herself.
Yeah. No, that was really cool.
And Caitlyn loses her eye in that whole thing.
Yeah.
Gets stabbed. Girl goes through a lot in that scene. She almost gets killed by Maddie. She gets stabbed. She loses her eye.
Dude. At least she had some fun with Maddie before.
Bro, I think it's so funny. I also want to make this comment that, like, I feel like that's also very, like, queer-coded, where, like, Caitlyn did also kind of throw Maddie away. And, like, Maddie's response to that is like, alright, bitch, I'm gonna betray your ass. And I'm like, ooh, okay.
That's actually a really good point. Caitlyn doesn't seem that great. Yeah. She really just flip-flops between the changing of the tides. Although I did say we should give her some empathy for, like, the whole...
I think she genuinely loves Vi, to be fair.
Yeah.
But,
I think we're putting a lot of, like, thought into something that's not there, too.
Yeah. But I will say I also loved, real quick, the scene where, like, Vi walks in and is, like, basically, like, Jinx has been arrested, like, what the fuck, you know? And, like, Maddie tries to stop her, and, like, Caitlyn's like, no, I got this, like, get out, basically. And this is, like, basically the sign of, like, Caitlyn throwing Maddie away now, because now Vi's back. And, like, when Maddie walks by Vi, like, she gives her that, like, kind of, like, nasty look, like, kind of, like, dirty look that has that insinuation of, like, oh, you're stealing my girl type of thing. And Vi gives her, like, no time of day. Like, she does not give no fucks about Maddie.
That's because it was always her girl to begin with, and she's not stealing her back.
Ah! I love how you said that. Yeah, so then, other than that, Jinx trying to kill herself.
Yep, that's the last one.
Well, there's a sex scene.
We already talked about the sex scene.
No, we didn't. We talked about the kiss.
We talked about the sex scene.
I want to revisit the sex scene.
Okay, then talk about the sex scene.
Okay, wait. Jinx killing her.
Oh my god, pick a topic.
No!
Pretty much.
No, I just want to say, the whole, like, Jinx kind of giving up on life after, like, Isha dies and everything, like, I don't know. I just felt that was such deeply emotional moment in the sense of, like, I don't know. Just, like, that whole scene of her, like, trying to get rid of everything and about to kill herself, and then Echo comes in and he's like, wait! Like, don't do this. Like, you still have things to fight for. Like, and that's what I mean about that song, Wasteland, is that's the first time we hear that song, and the song is literally like, I have nothing to fight for, there's nothing here for me anymore, like, this is a wasteland, like, why am I here? And it's like, this fact that, like, Echo comes back in is like, that's not true. Like, you do still have people to fight for. Like, I know it seems like everything sucks right now, but, like, you do have this one last person to fight for, and that's Vi. And, I don't know, I just really like that scene, and I really like the whole scene where, like, Echo keeps, like, being like, stop! Goes back in time, stop! And, like, also, like, there's this, like, the last time when she almost, like, tries to kill herself, the whole time she's trying to, like, basically blow both of them up, and then that last time when, like, Echo's just basically, like, hey, like, you know, like, I'm here, like, stop, like, that's the one time where she decides not to, like, blow both of them up, and she's trying to save Echo, and that's why she kind of jumps off instead, so she just kills herself, and, like, not him as well. And I thought that was a very sweet moment, and also that, like, when they come in and, like, kind of save the day at the end, like, Echo's wearing Jinx's crop top, and, like, they're wearing each other's kind of, like, graffiti and everything like that. I just thought that was really cute, because I was like, oh, this is, like, signs that we would have maybe gotten, like, a Jinx and Echo, like, little moment here. But, yeah, so, I don't know. I was really invested in all that. And, like, the fact that she basically cuts her hair to kind of mimic Vi's, too. And I was like, Jinx! And I was like, please! Yeah, anyways, the sex scene. That was the most beautiful, like, non-explicit but explicit sex scene that I have seen in both live action and animation. And it's like the hottest scene in this whole show.
Well, yeah, we did do an entire 18 episodes for that one scene. So,
I just think that, like, and this is my thing about, like, the Thai dramas and why I really got into the Thai dramas, is that I feel like in American media, we get either very explicit, like, HBO, like, sex scenes, or we get, like, very, like, vanilla, like, here's the insinuation type of thing. And I think that the thing that I really liked about this was that, one, they were giving this to the queers, finally, about Vi and Caitlyn, but, like, also just, like, it just really kind of, like, shimmied that line of, like, super explicit and not. And, like, just, like, I mean, like, Vi literally goes down on her, and you're, like, watching this whole, like, thing, and, like, also this kind of, like, nervous energy, because, like, everyone was talking about, like, and we talked about it for season 1, if either one of them's experienced in sex. And it's, like, at the beginning, like, you see a lot of confidence in both of them, and then there's, like, that little nervous part where they're, like, Vi's fumbling with, like, the belt buckle and, like, all this stuff, and it's just, like, I don't know. I just feel like, see, like, that's what I don't think we talked about. And, like, that's what I think it was, like, just makes it so humanistic and, like, just so cute also.
cute.
Yeah, it's kind of cute.
Cute.
You don't agree?
Cute.
Oh, my God. Anyways.
Yeah. No, it was a really good, I like how they did it. I wish that wasn't the only, like, thing that drove the whole story.
Yeah, I think
that's like literally my only bummer with it, is that we watched 18 episodes and that was all we got.
Yeah, I like I said, I think season 2 way worse than season 1. I think that they put way too many things in there, and I think a lot of things, and for that reason, a lot of the character decisions didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah,
because it was just like things were just happening too fast, and I'm like, that character would not do that right now. Like, I mean, like, maybe later if you explain, I don't know, you know.
Yeah, I don't, yeah.
Also, shout out to all my JVic fans.
Well, that's it. That's what we have for today.
Yeah, so, okay, last question.
Okay.
What did you think of Arcane as a whole?
Yeah, no, it's not my cup of tea. I would give it a 4 out of 10.
For the whole thing?
For the whole thing.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. It's not something I plan to watch again, ever.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I think with season 2, I'd give it like a 7.5 out of 10. If I was just basing it off of season 1, 10 out of 10. Season 2, yeah, probably like a 6.5, 7. Because I can't take away the animation and everything like that, but
Actually, okay, no, you have a good point. I will give it a 5, because no, you're right. The animation is just like fucking spectacular. The music was spectacular. There were redeemable storylines in it. I just didn't. It's just not my cup of tea.
No, that's fair.
So yeah, I will give it a 5.
I appreciate you. Thank you for finally watching this.
Yeah, and season 1 was definitely like higher in my books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, I know a lot of that was also the storyline in general and everything. I feel like because there wasn't as much sapphicness in this story, it's harder to talk about all of it. But yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's do our shout outs around the world. We're gonna go by city today.
Oh.
Just because it'll give us, So, shout out to Calgary, Alberta.
Okay.
That's in Canada, in case you weren't aware.
Okay.
You know what? Why don't you read this one? It's your people.
What?
This one.
Wait, we have to go through all of these.
No, we're not going through all of them. Just read this one.
Oh, Tel Aviv.
Yep.
Yeah.
We've got Tampine's Newtown, which is in Singapore.
Oh, wow.
Johannesburg.
Ooh.
Sydney.
We got LA, obviously.
Yeah. West Lothian? West Lothian?
West Lothian. Oh. Livingston.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that is. And I'm not sure where Himachal Pradesh is, but...
Oh, that's India.
Oh, bet.
Yeah, and then Livingston is, that's not the UK, is it? It's, yeah, I need to fact check that.
Cool. Well, thanks everyone for listening. Yeah. A lot of Europe and Australia. That's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Please, let us know what you like, what you don't like. Email us.
Yeah.
DM us.
Write
you
a
know?
comment.
Yeah.
Write a review.
Yeah, please write reviews. It really helps us like kind of get out there and everything. So.
Yeah, reviews are huge. If you could review us.
Yeah. And then follow our TikTok and our Instagram as well.
Yeah, actually, Sapphic Pod.
Yeah.
Anywhere you can get podcasts. Yeah. Cool. Well, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay sapphic.
Woo! Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.